Okay, so today is going to be 2 for Sunday. I'm going to do chicken marsala, and then another video I'm going to do stuffed mushrooms. So when you start off your chicken marsala, the basics of what you're going to need is this is about 1.5 packages of mushrooms, the white ones. I wash them. Obviously you have to wash them because they're going to have dirt on it. And then what I do is I take the stem off, I discard the stems, and then I just cut them into slices. This looks like a lot, but it's really going to, once you cook the mushrooms, they shrink, and you'll see what happens along the process when I do it. So in this pan, what I have is just olive oil that's heating up for the chicken. And again, what I did, show here, is I got I like the tenders. I've been using these organic ones. They cook really good. So I did the typical, I'm not gonna torture you people and let you see me do all this. This time, when I do the franchise, I do flour, egg, flour. This time I'm not gonna do it, and you'll see why further down the line. So I dip it in the egg, I dip it in the flour, and then it's gonna cook in the oil. So you can see right here that I did some of them already. The pan is heating up, and in this pan, I put it, this is for the mushrooms, and then we're gonna incorporate everything together. So in this pan, I have a half a stick of butter and I have some olive oil. I'm just gonna let it heat up again, and I'm gonna show you how we do the mushrooms. The base for your mushrooms, very easy. So what I have here, you can use your blender, you can hand chop, you can use your Cuisinart. I use my Cuisinart. This is 1 shallot. I used 6 cloves of garlic, and that's not that, and parsley. I did like a really good handful, so you can see how mushy it is. Again, remember what I said last time, the smaller the chop with the garlic, the more flavor comes out. So here is the butter. So I'm gonna cook this down. And you really just wanna do it till it gets like really, really fragrant. You're gonna smell it very shortly, trust me. So again, it's just, oh, I can even smell it right now. It's even just the garlic, the shallots, and the parsley. We're gonna let that cook a little bit. It's gotta boil up. And then while I'm doing this, I can start my chicken. So the pan's hot. We're gonna put all these in. And then I have the rest of these. I have to continue doing these. These are gonna cook really quick because they're the tenders. I said last time why I like them, because they're a little bit thicker compared to a thin chicken cutlet. I just, believe it or not, I feel like these have more flavor to it than a plain chicken cutlet. So we're gonna let those cook a little bit. And then we'll go through the rest of doing that. I'm not gonna torture you watching me that. So you can see, baby, come close. You can see that this is starting to boil through. And again, you'll see it starting to get a little bit more translucent. You really want this to flavor the oil that's there. So just say this is cooking for a while, so I'm gonna cheat. This, I would say, let it go about 5 to 7 minutes. Again, really critical, do not burn your garlic. If you see the garlic turning brown, take it out of the pan because it's gonna make your whole dish very bitter. So I'm gonna throw all of these in. And again, it looks like a lot, but you're gonna be surprised after it cooks down as to what's left there. And I want to get all of this good stuff mixed in. And again, it looks like a lot. You'll be very, very pleasantly surprised after everything cooks. And what's going to happen also, when you clean your mushrooms, there's still going to be some water maintained within the mushroom. That's also going to fill this up at the bottom. So it's basically cook it and let it sit. And you can tell when the mushrooms are done, but we're gonna come back to that so you can see. And then when you do your chicken, just make sure you have a plate on the side. These are gonna cook very quick. And what's gonna happen after all your chicken is done is that you're gonna get rid of the oil that's in this pan. But the pan technically is still gonna be kind of flavored because you're cooking the chicken in it. I drain the oil out, and again, in the next video you'll see this. All of this is gonna go back into this pan, and then you're gonna put the chicken in the pan and let it sit, like I said, marinate. So next video after this is done will be part 2, but I think we figured out a way to merge everything. So hopefully it works, and we'll see you in a little bit. Bye. Part 2, chicken marsala. Come in, honey. That big thing of mushrooms, look how much it cooked down. So you don't have to worry about it. And also all this juice in here, it smells terrific. If they only had like smell-o-vision. It's the garlic and the parsley and the shallot. That's gonna be part of your sauce. So now as you can see, here's all my chicken. And what I did was I emptied the grease out, but the pan is still hot. What I use, it's really better if I'm taking this off so it doesn't get too hot. I really like Marsala wine that you can buy, but hard to find. This is the Holland House Marsala cooking wine. You're gonna put it in, it's gonna burn off, and it's gonna start like really, what's the word I wanna use? Steaming. So I put in a half a bottle. Whoops, I'm not gonna take the cap off. No, I'm not drinking it. Yeah, a little more. And then this is the start of your sauce. So what I'm also gonna do is put a little butter to thicken it, the typical. I'll just use like 2 teaspoons. And like what happened when I did with the chicken franchise is that it will start to thicken a little bit. And that's what you want. And you want all the, whoo, getting a high. You want all of that good stuff in the bottom of the pan that you cook the chicken in. So we're gonna melt this butter here. And you can see the mushrooms, show them, honey. The mushrooms are still going. So once I get this melted, I'm gonna show you another option that you can do. Okay, so that's gonna cook down a little bit. I'm gonna put it up higher. And you can see there's still liquid in here. But again, that's all good because that is gonna flavor it. Now I have a heavy hand with salt. I put a little salt and a little pepper as this was going, but I don't do a lot because again, I'm heavy, and this is the one recipe that I don't have locatelli cheese, but we don't know. So, come over, babe. So you can see now, it's really getting like thick and soupy. So I'm gonna take this, and I'm putting that all in there. We're gonna save that pan for when I do the stuffed mushrooms. Mix this all in. Let it get really incorporated, and wow, it smells really good. Get it incorporated and get it all blended. It's coming back to a boil again. I'll give it, just for the sake of TV, I would let it cook for like another 5 minutes. And then what I would do, what I like to do, you have 2 options. You can leave it loose like this, and this is what I showed people last time. I actually like putting in a little breadcrumbs. And you gotta watch, you gotta do, come over here so they can see. You can see how much I have, and then just mix it in. It makes it like a heartier sauce rather than being very liquidy. So I see it going in there, and it's really not thickening up that much, but what's also gonna happen is the flour that's on your chicken will also thicken this. I've just, for years, always put a little bit extra breadcrumbs in it, and you can see now, come closer, honey. You can see now how it's really starting to get thick. Then I'm just gonna put the chicken, I'm using my fingers, sorry. I'm just gonna put the chicken back in. And you want it to get in there. I'm gonna lower the heat because this was up a little bit. Put this all back in there. Babe, grab me a spoon, please. Oh, it smells so good. And we're just gonna leave it in there. All right, that's not good. The Irishman doesn't know how to give me a good spoon. And then again, just scoop it all over because you want it to marinate with all the mushrooms and everything. So there it is. Best thing you need to do, take it off the heat. Let it sit 10-15 minutes. Trust me on this because it's really gonna get the flavor of all the mushrooms. Come back over, honey. He's giving me eyes. So you can see how thick it got. Let it sit a little bit, and trust me, the flavor will be wonderful. Serve this with a rice pilaf, mashed potato, whatever. Manja. See you soon.